Hi Sagittarius, it's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have another cool reading. And we have the cards here today, Sagittarius, because the camera cut off like right away. And I went through the whole reading thinking it was on. All right. So anyway, let's do this reading, Sagittarius, because it really is a very awesome reading, no doubt. We start with divinity and we have focus and home. And in this reading, somebody feels that you are their divine, they're focused on their divine partner. Yeah, and that you are home to them. Yes, exactly. And we have a completion in this reading. Some type of ending happens here. And we also have anxiety and disappointment. So there is a focus on a divine partner. And we have see the big picture with the giraffe. Here he is. And clear out the clutter with the frog. So the clear out the clutter is next to anxiety and disappointment. And this is a number 10. It's a 28. So this is a completion. And home is also a completion. It's like, let me get home and end a chapter, or this is where I end up, because, you know, as I said, completions are ending some type of a cycle. Now, we also have over here with anxiety and disappointment, we have the 5 of gems and the 5 of shells. So yeah, and before we get going here, Sagittarius, today we're using the Connolly deck. It's very cool. It's different. Yes, it is. I really like it. And yeah, today I'm using that. And we start over here with the 9 of swords. And it talks about misery. Yeah, and she's kind of dropping these swords as she comes up the hill. And this 9 of swords, despair and anxiety cause misery and a sense of hopelessness. Release your old burdens and keep moving forward. And that's why she's dropping these swords here. This is a completion, the number 9. And here she is. And and there's a hopelessness here. I feel like this is your person's energy. A hopelessness here. So let me drop this burden. Like there's nothing I can do here. I'm not happy. There is that showing up here. And let me keep moving forward. And we have judgment here. And it's really interesting in this reading, right? And so judgment in this particular deck, rather, I should say. This is the man. He has a halo here. He's looking at the book of Revelations, or the book of secrets, or the book of life. That's really what it is. And the baby, naked baby, and the woman is here with him. And what this is that these are also his consciousness. The baby starts over, and this is a pure consciousness, right? Only innocence. And he has majorly changed, yes. And this is about self-judgment. It sits in the challenge. And in this reading, somebody has been egotistical. They have. And we'll talk about that in just a minute, because it has a major twist to it, yeah. And why it's all happening is the Queen of Wands. And there you sit, Sagittarius. And, you know, they got you looking good in this one, right? Yeah, this Irish deck, they said, hey, make the Queen look nice, right? Because, you know, I've seen the Queen of Wands look kind of, I don't know, kind of sloppy, right? And I don't like that, right? So here's the black cat with her. And she's got the wand. And very cool here. And she is seated in her throne. It almost looks like she's sitting outside with these kind of pyramids, but you know, this is a Celtic deck, so we doubt that there's pyramids. We don't know about any pyramids in Ireland. No, we don't. And the Queen is a woman who has an attractive personality and draws people to her. Okay, that's the Queen of Wands, and very cool. And that is you, unless they are another fire sign. Now, in this particular reading here, Aries or Leo, or another Sag, judgment is here. This is Scorpio. And we also have the Strength card, and this can be Leo. We have the Queen of Swords. Excuse me. She is Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. And the Knight of Cups could be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. So in the challenge here is somebody who is judging themselves. Because they've been reborn. And I feel like there's like a regret here. And, excuse me. But this rebirth has them changing course in their life. A super change. Like, let me drop this burden here that I'm not happy with or happy about, or I don't want this anymore. And we have the mindset here is that things didn't go as planned. So we see these two men, and they're playing. This is a woman here, but we see a man and a woman here, and they're playing these these Celtic like horns. Well, she has a harp, and he has like this kind of horn here. It's very cool. And the 5 swords are in the earth basically, and the 2 swords are up in the clouds. And interesting because this is red, almost like there was maybe heartbreak or something like that. But this is things didn't go as planned. It's a major disappointment. And we have that here, the 5 of shells, also known as the 5 of cups. Yeah. And so the Knight of Cups sits in the past, and he sits reversed. But it's not that this is so much part of the past. It's part. The whole thing could be about the past. But the Knight of Cups there, reversed, this talks about an unusual offer. This is like, in this reading, your person or you, I'm going to read it like it's them, was in another relationship or somewhere far from you. And whatever they were doing, it didn't work out. Now, maybe it wasn't far. Maybe it was, two towns away. We're not sure. But whatever they were doing at the time, it did not work out. And they're clearing out the clutter. And here's the Queen of Swords with this card about things didn't go the way, like a disappointment. Things didn't go as planned. This also talks about move forward. Yeah, as this 9 of Swords does. And here's the Queen of Swords, very intelligent. So this is like knowing that things didn't go as planned and I need to make another one. We have an unusual offer in the reverse. And that's what that Knight of Cups talks about. And, really what that is, maybe it's possible you didn't trust this person in the past. It talks about an unusual offer and you need to check things. You need to like verify, right? Who this is, or the facts behind it. Is it a real offer? Things like that. So maybe they gave you a bogus offer in the past. That could be happening in this reading. I also feel like this person's going to show up because we have that here. They're going to show up for you, and you might think that it's an unusual offer. Like you might not trust them. Something like that. Or how could you be here doing that when you were over there with so-and-so? There's just something like that going on in this reading. So I'm going to get a card on that Knight of Cups reverse. Let's see what we have here. And he looks real. He's coming really romantic. He's got, camellias or roses in his cup. And we have the King of Cups with it. And this is really more about like wisdom and love for sure. But that's very interesting here because he has an offer of love. Let's look at that King of Cups. I don't think it says much about him. No, I don't. Reliable, respected man from any walk of life. He's trustworthy and can help you. Okay, so I feel like this person is coming with an offer for you, but you're either not going to believe it or they gave you kind of a bogus offer in the past. Because this is like a very unusual offer. This can also just be kind of this reading moving, because it is really. They're going to come offer you something. It's not going to look like it's legit, or it's either that or they did this in the past. Okay, let's move on. We have the 6 of Cups here. And this is knowing, and sits in the near future, the 6 of Cups. And this is basically, from the past will come happiness. You will meet an old friend or acquaintance. This person's your friend, Sagittarius. Or you know them. Or they're an acquaintance. Maybe they're a past love. But there is friendship in this reading, I can tell. And this person feels like, I can feel it. This person feels like you are their divine partner. And they figured it out maybe later in the game. The big picture, giraffe spirit. A lot of people figure stuff out later, right? They go through much of their life causing their own havoc, right? We've all kind of done stuff like that. Or most of us, not all of us. So the happiness, this is in the near future. Happiness will come from your past. Very interesting. The 10 of Cups is in the concerning message. And he's looking into her eyes, and it's very sweet. And she looks young, they're both young. And, they're sitting, he's looking at her like, you're the one. I'm so fond of you, and I'm so, like, intrigued by you, and I'm so mesmerized, really, by you. And the sun is red here, very interesting. And the child sits on the rainbow with the 10 cups and looking at them like happy. Maybe that's I don't think that's the mother, but she looks way too young here. But we're not talking about age, though, Sagittarius. You can be, 75, and, it's fine. The age is irrelevant here. Excuse me. Ace of Cups reversed with the Strength card. And this is really interesting because this is courage, and the Ace of Cups reversed talks about somebody being, this is self-mastery, and the Ace of Cups reversed is in the environment. So the environment is the psyche, or they're, down the street, right? They're really coming, into your physical environment, and I believe they are. But the Ace of Cups reversed is about somebody with ego, right? We fire signs, we don't like ego. No, we're like, oh no, dude, no. I know Sagittarians don't. We do not like ego, right? Everybody has to be a little bit humble in this life. It's just how it is, right? Even if you're freaking, hell on wheels, right? Excuse me, still, And so we have the Strength card here, and this is self-mastery over ego, egotistical, and there's another really nasty word besides egotistical, arrogant, something like that. So this is, self-mastery over this ego. It sits in the environment. This person's they've changed. Remember the Judgment card, where he's judging himself, but he's going through this huge change, and it's huge, it's profound. And now we have the Seven of Pentacles, and it sits in the hopes and desires. This is, I hope I can be happy with what I have done, which is completing some cycle or ending something. I hope I will be happy. I feel like this person might have went through a difficult awakening, because here's Judgment, right? And it's all part of it. It's part of the awakening. It's this huge change. They took a good look at themselves, Sagittarius, and they said, oh, geez, right? We have this ego over here. So this is, I hope I can be happy, and in the potential outcome is news coming and huge change. We have the Eight of Wands sits here, and he's, he walked over to the window, and he sees all these 8 wands kind of like flying through the air. Yeah, in front of his window. We're going to end this reading, Sagittarius. It's not very long. No, it's not. And thanks so much for joining me here. But it is really, it's really a great reading. It is. And, quality is more important than quantity, right? It's better to live a shorter life and enjoy your life more than live a long life of unhappiness, right? Yeah, thanks so much, you guys, for joining me. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Get your psychic reading. Definitely, you will enjoy. Thank you so much, you guys.